Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. The long-awaited Sagat trailer for Street Fighter 6 has finally come out, and it's a doozy. There's a lot here. Like, Sagat does a lot of what you would expect, admittedly, yes. But he's got some new toys, all new special moves. He has a bunch of target combos now, and a lot of how the rules work in Street Fighter 6, he's using them in some interesting ways. So before we fully break down the trailer like you would expect here, there's a couple things to note. We do have the briefest story preview for Sagat. So Sagat, he's on his own, he's doing his own thing, he's long done with Bison, and as you may recall, Bison is now an amnesiac, but Bison remembers Sagat's got something to do with him. So no escaping the sins of the past. The trailer calls it out specifically that Sagat was a member of a terrorist organization, so they're not kind of washing over that bit. Also, the Season 3 pass is now live. Took a while to get there, but it's out there now. It's basically what you would expect. The 4 characters, costumes, all that. Very disappointingly, though, there is only one stage this time around. So this is it. Sagat stage, that's all we're getting, apparently. Unless they pull an SNK and give us a freebie, like somewhere along the lines, this is it. So this is a cool stage, and I like the stage, nothing wrong with the stage, but you would kind of hope like Alex or Ingrid would get their own stage, and apparently that's not happening, which sort of sucks. Now that may be disappointing, but Sagat himself is pretty damn cool, so let's rewind and break down the trailer. So first off, the stage itself, the Proud Spire. So Sagat stage has always been one of the best stages. Like, regardless of what game it's in, Sagat's always had some of the most impressive stages, and this looks lovely. It's not big and bombastic, it's kind of understated, but I think it really works for it. And of course, Sagat himself looks like $1,000,000, and he's a big boy. And what do big boys get? Big boys get big normals. And this little montage right here, showcasing a lot of stuff. Like, Stand Heavy Punch has some range to it. And Sagat, he's going to have big normals. He's going to have bigger normals than most people, but that's not it. There's a target combo attached to this for a nice little knockdown. And that's going to be a recurring theme. Sagat's got a lot of target combos now. Also, a command normal that apparently launches, which is something else. And I'm actually going to see this in combo structure more than a few times. And here we're seeing some medium kicks. So you can see here, stand medium kick, another target combo. Once again, that's going to be a recurring theme. And crouch medium kick, just some good range, no drive rush attached. We don't know if he can drive rush from crouch medium kick in this game, if it's special cancelable. He doesn't really need it, but we'll see, I guess. But yeah, so just a good variety of normals, and all of them got some really good range. More stuff, he has his classic sweep, as you would expect. He retains his overhead, he has in later games. Jump heavy punch spikes people to the ground. Then there's the throws. You might notice he's doing the Muay Thai clinch, right? Kind of grabbing people at the back of the head. One, that'll appear multiple times. But he's also leaning into more of the actual martial art of Muay Thai. Just like, say, how Zangief is much more of a wrestler this time around. So Sagat leaning more into the real world martial art, which is great. So he's not just a magic giant. And it's just a good visual of giant dude completely manhandling his opponent. And yes, low step kick is here. This is one of Sagat's most iconic moves for a lot of reasons. And unfortunately, its mysteries are not delved into here. If you're unaware, this is the move where a lot of his tech comes from in more modern incarnations of the character. Because this lets him Kara cancel moves, empty cancel moves. So you can take a given move, like say a Tiger Knee, and get a lot more range than you normally would. Same with, say, an uppercut. You can get a lot more range with an uppercut because it'll move you forward while you do it. Even a fireball, which can help with spacing to win projectile wars and stuff like that, right? So it's very multifaceted. It's not alluded to in the trailer, but I gotta assume it's still there, the technique, because otherwise they'll just be held to pay. And from there, we get like a little bit of a wind pose here. Muay Thai, all about the elbows and the knees. And Sagat being a big boy, he's got a hell of an elbow and a knee on him for sure. Now, onto the fireball portion of the trailer, because Sagat is like the fireball character, right? And this is demonstrated out of the gate because he beats Ryu. Remember how the Season 3 patch gave Ryu all these fireball buffs? They gave him all these buffs just so Sagat could show up and look all the better yet when he overshadows him. So we have low Tiger Shot, we have high Tiger Shot, and there's a note to talk about there, and we'll get to it in a second. But first, let's talk his level 1, the Tiger Cannon. It beats Shinku Hadoken clean with hits to spare, and that means a lot. For one, the projectile itself is very fast, and we'll see more of that later. You see here, 1, 2, 3 extra hits. That's the amount of extra hits that Ryu's newly buffed Denjin Shinku Hadoken gets. So he needs no buff, his level 1 will just always win. And this has implications beyond just the trailer. So say here's Ryu's default level 1 against Rashid's level 2, right? They just trade, whatever. But Denjin level 1 can destroy the level 2 with hits to spare, right? And Sagat's is going to work in the exact same way. When 2 equal strength projectiles hit each other, it's just simply a matter of who has more hits. So Sagat will always have more hits. At minimum, to go even with Tiger Cannon, Ryu would need to have his own Denjin Hadoken, like Shinku Hadoken, right? So Sagat can just do this stuff normally. I hate the fact that I gotta breathe these words into life, but Ryu has been fireball cucked. And we're not done yet, by the way. We're gonna come back to this exact scenario when it comes to EX Tiger Shots, because Sagat's got a massive advantage there as well. But now let's talk high and low Tiger Shot. So we have some additional information from Capcom, and they're pretty wildly changing how the traditional high-low Tiger Shot works. So normally, if you're unaware, high Tiger Shot is faster and better, but you can duck it, right? Generally, Sagat will either shoot it faster or recover faster, and he can throw more fireballs per minute with high Tiger Shot than everybody else, with the downside that you can duck it. And low Tiger Shot's a bit more normal, and also the fact that he also low profiles to the ground, so it's great. And they're 2 separate distinct moves. Quarter circle forward kick, quarter circle forward punch, no more. They are now the same move. Quarter circle forward light punch is low Tiger Shot. Quarter circle forward medium and heavy punch is high Tiger Shot. So high Tiger Shot will have 2 speeds, low Tiger Shot will only have 1 speed, which is definitively a nerf to his overall game plan, for sure. I'm guessing this is a bit of a concession to modern controls, especially because he has all new special moves. A little disappointing, I guess, but we'll have to see how it works in actual gameplay. Now, that said, nice little bonus is Tiger Knee goes up higher than it used to. So with the right spacing, you can actually go over projectiles as well. So he'll usually win most zoning wars anyways, but this is another way for him to do exactly that. Jump medium punch is air okay for juggle, so he can get a tiger uppercut after the fact. That's nice. Then there's this little bit of nonsense. You can see here it's a lot more involved than a regular tiger uppercut. So heavy, only heavy tiger uppercut's a little bit different. As per Capcom, it's a holdable move now. And if you hold the move in situations like where you get the air juggle off a counter hit stand heavy kick, right? It now becomes a much different move. You go way up in the air and it'll wall bounce the enemy. And as you can notice clear as day, Sagat definitely lands before the enemy does. So you'd have to assume he'll be able to get a level 1 Tiger Cannon super after the fact as well. So if you get the very big clear anti-air, you're going to get a huge reward off of it with a bigger hit, I'm assuming has to do more damage, and a potential super follow-up after the fact. So cool stuff. And now let's enter all new territory. So Sagat has an all new knee-based strike special move. This is the Tiger Nexus. I already see some people online calling it the Tiger Jinrai, because it's kind of like Ken in that it's a single hit with 3 different follow-ups. And it's not specifically 50-50 low overhead like Jinrai, but there's a 50-50 element to it. So let's talk about that. So the first follow-up is the Mighty Tiger, and very clearly blocks the first hit, gets smoked by the second. This is a true overhead. Okay, so caught you sleeping. Fair enough, right? And, well, if that's an overhead, the obvious counterplay is, well, I'll stand block the next hit, surely enough. Enter our next move, the Greedy Tiger. What's so greedy about it? Looks like a regular hit, right? And yes, it is, but as per Capcom, this hit is plus on block. So if they block this one, it's still your turn. Downside though, notice the angle very high up. So this one, you can crouch. So that's sort of where the 50-50 element is. He has a true overhead, so you don't want to duck. But if you don't duck, you block this one, and it's still his turn in your face. That's scary. And our third option is the Nova Tiger, and this one is just a straight up launcher. And you can see here he goes into his classic forward heavy kick afterwards, right? So this is a launcher. Also notice that range on crouch heavy punch. Oh my god. That's going to be a kingly normal like it is in some games like CVS 2, I think. But so this one's extra special. You might notice the original hit as 2 hits this time because it's the heavy version. Because the way it's described by Capcom is the only way this combos and like works at all really is if it's off the heavy hit first. It's not a combo otherwise unless it's the heavy hit. Also, this is plus on block as well too. So the deal with this one though is just it's a hell of a lot slower. So basically it's going to be a situation where they kind of screwed up blocking the heavy version to begin with, if this is even on the table. But hey, launchers go in the combos, surely enough, and now we're introduced to his very unique level 2. So on its surface, this is the classic Tiger Raid introduced in Street Fighter Alpha. Got the Muay Thai clinch, and then just kind of booting you, and then Tiger Raid, and it looks cool as hell, right? That's option 1 of 4. This is a 4-part super. That one specifically, the reason you'd pick that is because it does the most damage. So keep that in mind as we go forward. This is the high damage option. Like say Ellen and healing. Healing or damage, right? Except there's more layers. Also the wind pose, evoking old classic Street Fighter art. I dig it, I like it. So now moving forward, outfit 2 is the classic, shorts Sagat, as you would expect. We're not going to not have that, right? So here, drive rush, forward heavy kick, stand heavy kick, which is multi-hitting by the way, into EX Tiger Nexus, that launcher we mentioned earlier, it's the EX version. Tiger uppercut, nice little combo. Bison up against the classic zoning dilemma. I don't want to get hit by no more fireballs. I'll do my oh no. Oh no, 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 no. You got to think about those projectile invulnerable moves against someone like Sagat, because he can recover pretty quick, and then the classic multi-hitting Tiger uppercut for the EX. And now more target combos. We're not done with these bad boys. So crouch medium punch has some good range. It's definitely going to be a hell of a whiff punish button. And you can see here, it just naturally goes into a follow-up here if you choose to do the target combo. And then from there, you can go say into EX Tiger Knee. And here's something fun. Admittedly, I'm only catching right now in editing. I didn't catch this originally. I know this knockdown. That's not a regular knockdown. That's a special kind of knockdown. That's the same knockdown Marissa gets off EX Superman Punch, which means it might wall bounce in the corner. Not saying this is a guarantee, but like if the shoe fits, right? Because it definitely looks like the same kind of knockdown to me. So we'll see. If it works that way and this is a wall bounce move for Sagat, that's a huge feather in his cap for sure. At bare minimum, gives good Oki because you can use another Tiger Knee to follow it up and then just be in their face, so that's really strong. Baits the throw, big combo, and now, okay, EX Tiger Shot level 2, you can go EX to level 2, and this is the move we saw before, but we're going to get a different ender. And he's like caving your effing skull, and look at that, I love it! This is the Tiger Stomp, and this is like just a hard knockdown. He's directly on top of you. He's going to have Oki pressure everything after the fact. So not as much damage as Tiger Raid, but he's on top of you, and then you just got to guess. Next up here, just quick little combo. So a jump light kick still crosses up. So stand light, crouch light, EX Tiger Shot. Sure, okay, that works. Sagat can easily punish scissor kicks, that's nice. And we're gonna have crouch medium punch into Tiger Nexus to launch, and now another level 2, and it's gonna be different again. So beating you down here, knee, giant knee. The viciousness of these moves is so great. And then it's a side switch. So say DJ, right, is level 2, you can stay same side or switch sides. So now, Sagat, we have stay same side, more damage, stay same side, Oki, pressure, or switch sides, and there's still another option to go. Here we learn Tiger Nexus. If the overhead hit's airborne, it's a bounce. That's nice to know. Now another level 2, and now this one, Savage Tiger Zenith. Big hits again. The animations are out of this world. And this is a launcher! Drive rush, relaunch, EX Tiger Shot, EX Tiger Shot, level 1 super. This is all one natural combo. This will probably do more than the level 3, almost assuredly, right? And at bare minimum, the style points are absolutely off the charts. Just getting level 2, keeping them juggled here, juggling them across screen with the EX Fireballs into the big level 1 finisher. And this is where another little thing comes into play. Sagat's EX Tiger Shots are 3 hits, not 2. 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. And that has monstrous implications for his zoning abilities. It's what we already talked about earlier in the video with his level 1 super. If 2 fireballs of the same strength hit, more hits win. So like 2 EX fireballs, they just clash, nothing, right? Ryu with Denjin gets 1 more hit, so in an EX fireball clash, he will win. And that's a massive strength for Ryu. It's hard to zone him out sometimes. And this is normal for Sagat. It'll always be 3 hits. So at best, like Denjin, EX Hadouken, or like the buff version, Sonic Cross version of Sonic Boom, those are 3 hits. So I best they can only go even with Sagat. Otherwise, everyone's always gonna lose. Like, there'll be a ways around it, like JP's Pillar and Viper will probably have ground pound, sure. But in traditional zoning, Sagat is the guy, definitively. And frankly, as it should be. He's slow as molasses, he's got good fireballs, big normals. That's always been the character, and they're doubling down on that. And then we have the level 3, and speaking of doubling down, they're doubling down on the viciousness. So we're going to see here, stand heavy kick, we're going to get that launcher we've seen here, so EX Tiger Nexus for the launch, drive rush with that other launcher, Tiger Knee, keeps the juggle going, Tiger Uppercut, also great, big combos, eh? And then level 3, and he's literally chopping you down, kick, 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 and like, your leg's a pile of mush, you can't stand up against him, and then just devastation, Tiger Destruction, if you will. Like, again, his depiction is not just he's a magical big man, right? This is the Muay Thai master, and you cannot withstand his kicks. I love the interpretation they're going for this character. The visuals are just fantastic. The brutality is great. And besides all that, that is the trailer. So Sagat is seemingly everything he needs to be. Except there's more, right? So now he's all full of target combos. That's nice. That's always a good little feather in your cap. Tiger Nexus, the all-new special move, is a mix-up slash pressure slash combo engine. Sure, we'll take it. The base Tiger Shot's being different now in that there's only one version of low Tiger Shot besides the EX. That's, I'll say, a little disappointing, although we kind of got to wait and see where that's going to land us. But overall, big thumbs up. They did right by this character. He's everything he needs to be in my books, at least on this initial impression. He is out August the 5th, right after EVO. He is playable at EVO if you happen to be attending. Hopefully, I don't know yet, hopefully, I'll be able to capture some footage of Sagat and I can make a little preview video for y'all who are waiting. We'll see how that winds up. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Look, it looks good. And that all said, that is the trailer, that is the footage, and that's all we got for the moment. So I hope you enjoyed the breakdown, and well, that's it for me. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.
Yeah.